back to my channel. My name is Tina and today we're going to do my summer pre-makeup routine. This is just the things I do before I put on my makeup every day, especially in the summer. So the first thing I do, I don't do this every time before I put on my makeup in the morning. Sometimes I do it at night, but a lot of times I do use a face mask. So today I use this poreless carbonic peel. It just moisturizes your face and gives you a nice canvas to start working on. I also use a cotton round and some micellar water. I've already done this because I wanted my face to dry before we started this. I do that every single day. Today, because it's hot and if my face is dried after I've washed it and I let it dry too long, I sometimes mist with the Mario Badescu. This is the lavender one. I think the rose one is better. You could easily use a toner like this Pixie Glow Tonic. This is great. I'm just gonna tap a little bit of that onto my skin right now. I usually put my toner in a mister. I let that dry down. It does leave your face just a little bit tacky, which can be really good. The next thing I do is I take my moisturizer. This is the Olay Regenerist Microsculpt Cream. I swear by this. I've been using this for probably 15 years. It's excellent. You just don't want to get it in your eyes. I make wide circles around my face so that I don't get it too close because it will cause my eyes to water, and when you're putting on makeup, that's bad. I recently got this Strivectin neck cream about 3 weeks ago and it's amazing. I slather that all over my neck really well, get down here in the décollage. It just really seems to firm up your skin in those areas. I love that like so much. I'm kind of waiting for my lotion to absorb in a little bit more. So in the meantime, we're gonna moisturize my lips. This is this Skin Iceland Berry Lip Fix. I don't know this print on here. It had like this little tiny book on it. The print is so tiny I can't read it even with reading glasses. I don't know what's in this. I should probably look it up because this is amazing. I'm guessing it might have lanolin or something in it. It leaves my lips perfect. It says it's berry flavored. It has a very, very mild scent and very, very little tingle to it because it probably has a little peppermint in it. And I have tiny lips, so that's a plus for me because it plumps them up a little bit. It's a very light tingle. You can barely feel it. My face is feeling like that's soaked in. This is the number 7 eye cream. I have a couple different types of eye creams. I ran out of the one that was in my project pan, which is the Garnier Blur Stick. I really liked that. This I put all over my eye, all the way around. After this dries down, I am going to put a little bit of this underneath. This is the Dr. Brandt No More Baggage Needles No More Eye Depuffing Gel. The first time I used it, I got too much out because it had settled real bad. When it gets shipped here, the atmosphere pushes it down real bad. When I got it out of there, it exploded. So I actually put it on the top of my lids as well. It did a pretty decent job of tightening my upper lid, but it left them gritty feeling. This is the Bare Minerals Prep Step sunscreen. I'm using about a grape-sized amount and my face is gonna look really white for a second, but you want that much sunscreen. This is a super liquidy one. It absorbs in super fast. It came in my BoxyCharm about a year ago. It's probably at the end of its shelf life because sunscreen does expire. I'm almost done with it. I love this stuff. This is one of the reasons I love BoxyCharm. They send me things that I use every damn day. I use this every day in the summer, especially. Just gotta make sure you shake it up. There is a little ball in there and you want to hear it rattle, rattle, rattle. We're gonna wait a second. So it's been about 10 minutes. My face is fully soaked in. That's the great thing about the sunscreen. It does soak in and set down really quickly. A lot of sunscreens you're going to be waiting longer for just because they are thicker, and there's nothing wrong with that. I just prefer this one because I'm impatient. My next step is the Needles No More Baggage I am going to tap a little bit of that into my under eye area, and I'm just using a tiny little bit. This package should last me quite a little while. Most of the time I think Dr. Brandt is way overpriced. If this one works as well as I thought it did the day I wasn't wearing makeup, this could be an actual thing that I go out and purchase from them. I tend to think that their pore scrubs are crazy expensive for that particular item. Keeping my under eyes wrinkle free, absolutely worth some pennies. That's the last step of my actual skincare. Some of the other items I have do have skincare ingredients in them, but I consider them more makeup than skincare. They are still prep though. This next step you're all gonna know because I use this like exclusively because I have weird eyelids. This is the Thank Me Later Eye Primer from Elizabeth Mott. And I just tap that in gently with my finger and I go all the way around my eye because it is a waterproof primer. I get allergies sometimes and I hate that my makeup just comes right off if I don't use this. My next step gets skipped in most videos because it's one of those steps that I do it almost every time I put on makeup, but because of the fact that it takes it a minute to dry down and I don't understand around, I usually do it before I start filming. This is the Skindinavia Makeup Primer Spray. This stuff is freaking phenomenal. I swear, if you combine it with your setting spray over the top of your makeup, the two sandwich together and they like seal your makeup to your face, so unless you're like doing something super crazy, it's not going anywhere. And it does just take it a few extra seconds to dry down, not like crazy long. In the winter when it's cooler, it does take it a couple minutes to soak in. So my next step is face primer, a actual lotion one. And I realize there's a lot of people out there going, what the heck, because you don't use any primer. Totally okay for you. I do best with primers. Makeup stays on my skin and looks better throughout the day if I use a primer. This one just blurs out pores. Because this is in my project pan, I am going to use the Elizabeth Mott Thank Me Later primer. I am starting to get kind of low on this, as you can see. I focus on the areas where my pores are large. This does a great job of blurring them out. This is still one of my favorites because it doesn't ever react to my other makeup. When I first tried the Porefessionals, I loved that primer. I don't know, about 2 weeks later, after I got a great big bottle of it, I hated it because on a lot of my makeup, it would pile up. So you'd be putting, you'd put it on, everything would seem fine. You start putting on your foundation, you'd be blending it in, and all of a sudden you'd get these muddy splotches that were pulling up into like a ball of stuff. Was super gross. I hated that. So that was pretty much the end of Porefessionals for me. I think that that's it. I think that that's the end of my prep steps for before I put on my makeup for the summer specifically. Although I do use sunscreen most of the year, I just don't use that one. Let me know what you thought. Let me know what you do before you put on your makeup. I will talk to you guys later. Thank you for watching. Bye!